Good morning. Happy Saturday to you. Sava here from Football Heritage TV. Hope you are all well. Well, some Spurs fans are going to be doing better than others. So let's break it down. Let's set the scene. So yesterday, everyone was believing that Enrique and Nagelsmann were the first choice picks for Chelsea. It soon became clear yesterday mid-afternoon that Nagelsmann was out of the running completely, not even a contender anymore. Couldn't agree differences on transfer, on budget, on strategy, on multiple things according to multiple sources. Enrique apparently is still in the mix, but isn't considered as the favourite. And then the news broke that Chelsea have indeed contacted Poch the day before, had met with him, and he is now the front runner and the leading candidate to take over the job at Stamford Bridge. Now, this started a number of reactions from Tottenham fans and from Chelsea fans. So I've seen mixed reactions. I've seen one tweet that was sent yesterday that Henry Wright put up on his TV show that said, "Come on, Levy, do the right thing. Bring back Poch. Every Spurs fan wants him." Right? Now, we'll come to that in a minute because not every Spurs fan wants him. Yeah, that seems to be this generalization, this sweeping generalized rule that is going around that every Spurs fan wants Pochettino back. No. We'll talk about that in a minute. I saw Spurs fans going, "Oh, good. We don't want Poch back. It's like going back to an ex." Then there's that theory. Then you've got Spurs fans saying, "I want Poch back, but I don't want Poch back yet. It's too soon. And there's still too many players here from when he left." I've seen Chelsea fans saying, "Why Poch? What has he done? All he's done is won a French league." True. I've seen Chelsea fans saying, "This is what we need. This is what we need. A pressing manager who's more of a coach that works with those younger players." So what this tells me is you're never going to satisfy everyone. You're never going to satisfy everyone. There will always be portions of fan bases that are upset about football decisions that the club make. And that's not Tottenham. That's any club. Now, let's break this down from a Tottenham point of view first. This whole just go and get Poch back. It solves everything. He'll connect us to the fans. Right. Okay. So those very fans are the ones saying that Pochettino was harshly treated and hounded out the club by Daniel Levy. If that is the case, then ask yourself this question: why would Poch come back to Spurs? If he did come back, my question to you then would be, well, was he that harshly treated if he's agreed to come back? Would you go back to a job where you were sacked and hounded out and you felt a little bit harshly done by? I don't think you would, because I wouldn't. I wouldn't go back to a boss that sacked me. Secondly, what we're hoping for there, those fans that desperately want Poch back, is they think that Daniel Levy, knowing the ruthless businessman that he is going to go to Pochettino and say, "Poch, Maurizio, whatever he calls him, I'm sorry. Come back. I got it wrong." Bit far-fetched. I can't see Daniel Levy being that type of character. I can't see that in any way, shape, or form. So you've got all of these different components to Poch coming back to Spurs. And for me, I don't want him to. I feel that these Spurs fans, you've got to move on. Listen, anyone can want what they want. No one can tell anyone what to do. But at some point, don't we have to move on? It's been 4.5 years or whatever of constant Pochettino conversation. Isn't anyone really bored of it now? Poch. I am very bored of the links with him back to Tottenham Hotspur. And now I'm going to piss those Spurs fans off, I'm afraid. And I can think of a few off the top of my head that will really hate this and say, why would you pick Tottenham over Chelsea? Now, you'll have right now fans. And what I mean by right now fans are fans that can't see past this 1 year. And they'll go, "Oh, but we might get top 4 and Chelsea are going to finish 10th, 11th, 12th and not get Europe. We're a better attraction." And then I look at it like this and say, football's never been about the 1 year. Football's not about the 1 year. Football's about history. Football's about legacy. Football's about Football Heritage TV, which is up there. Subscribe, like. See what I did there? Football is about Liverpool could finish out of Europe. Top players will still go to Liverpool because they are Liverpool. Chelsea have now grown into that club. They weren't that club. They now are that club. The same works with managers. If you are Pochettino and you're looking at this Spurs squad, you're looking at this Chelsea squad, and you're thinking, who can I work with? Let's break it down. As much as Chelsea are in a mess, of course they're in a mess. And I'm about to go and spend the day with my brother-in-law, by the way, who's going to tell me how much they're in a mess. But if you look further than our noses, what we can see is Chelsea have actually brought some very good players in. Chelsea have built in 2 windows 14 new players, of which 12 of them are 24 and under. So add that to their already young players and to the youth team coming through. That screams of Pochettino. That screams of utilising Pochettino's strengths. If you think about it, when he came to Spurs and he had his success, relative success, because I don't consider the success in PSG to be anything great, because everyone goes to PSG and wins the league with them. But what he did at Spurs is he picked up a young Danny Rose, a young Carl Walker. He picked up a young Christian Eriksen, a young Dele Alli, a young Harry Kane, right? Son was, 23? And he molded them into the team that played his way. If he came back to Spurs now, he's not got that. He's got a 30-year-old Kane, a 31-year-old Son. Yeah, he's not got that playmaker that he needs. He's not got the legs of Dembele and Wanyama in midfield. He's not got Walker and Rose. So for me, if he goes to Chelsea, Badashile and Fofana straight away, 2 young centre-backs that are good. Reece James, Ben Chilwell. He's got the running power of Kante, who's a bit older, but he's got the running power of Conor Gallagher, Enzo Fernandez, Mudryk, right? And Nkunku that's coming in, all young, hungry players that he can mould and build a team around. So why would you pick Tottenham Hotspur over that, if indeed that was the option? I'm not saying that is the option, but if it was, why would you do that? I wouldn't at all in any way, shape or form. And I'm a Spurs fan. So we have to look at it and say, where's he going to get back to more? Chelsea or Spurs? Chelsea. So for me, I think, and I know Spurs fans will hate me saying this, I think it's a match made in heaven. And we've talked about this before on this channel, about marriages of convenience, i.e. Conte and Spurs 18 months ago was a marriage of convenience. Yeah, we needed a top manager. Conte needed a job. We needed a manager that was going to pacify the fans after the Nuno debacle. Marriage made in heaven. I think Poch is that for Chelsea. I think he'll take that young team. He'll mould them. He'll buy a centre forward in. He'll get in a defensive midfielder, and Chelsea will fly. I'm not saying they'll win the league. I think they're miles away from that because of the likes of Man City. But I think they will take that and fly. The fact that he'll have no Europe, unless Chelsea win their last 8 games. The fact they'll have no Europe. I genuinely believe it's a great move for Chelsea. Now, Chelsea fans might come on here in the comments and go, no, we don't want him. What's this? I think for where Chelsea are at, for what they need, Poch's superpower is building a cohesive unit. Maybe not a squad, but a cohesive team. And I think what Chelsea are going to do, again, this is all hypothetical, right? Let's remember that when we're being horrible to each other in chats and stuff, it's all just football opinions, right? None of us know the future. But for me, what I think will happen, I think you'll start to see the likes of Zakaria, Aubameyang, Pulisic, Ziyech. I think Azpilicueta, I think they'll start to move on. And I think Chelsea might not add too many. I think they'll try and keep a streamlined squad because they've got so many players at the moment. And if they don't have Europe, they won't be able to play them all. So I think they'll add 1 or 2. And Nkunku's coming in. They definitely need a striker. And their fans are telling me they need a DM and a goalkeeper. I think if they bring in 3 or 4 in the summer with the squad they've already got, if they get a whole summer with Pochettino, I think they're going to be just fine. So I'm sorry, Spurs fans that want him back. I'm sorry that everyone's really annoyed and upset. And how can Daniel Levy let this happen? This one is not on Daniel Levy for me. We've got to stop pretending that Pochettino is ours. He's not. He's not our manager, right? He left a long time ago. We need to grow up from this. We need to move on from this. And we need to get our new Poch. And that might be a Nagelsmann, but that's a video for another day. Thank you very much. Listen, I am not going to be streaming for the rest of the day. I'm going to jump on with Perchy in a minute for half an hour, but I will not be streaming the rest of the day. The next videos will be tomorrow. The Tottenham review is back. It never went anywhere. I had this moment where I thought, look, let's not do it. I don't think it's going to work. And then I got loads of people saying, please keep it. Let's do it. It's the best show on a Spurs show on a Sunday night since, obviously, Henry moved to a Thursday night. So we're back. We're staying here tomorrow night, 8 p.m. We'll obviously discuss the week at Tottenham Hotspur and the game against Newcastle United tomorrow. I'll see you in the morning for a preview of Newcastle v Tottenham Hotspur. Other than that, much love. Please subscribe. Come on, we're 300 away from the 5K. Press that like button, press the subscribe, and we're on Spotify as well if anyone wants to listen to the podcasts on Spotify. Take care, everyone. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
And here comes Hurst. He's got some people are on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now. It's 4.